I'd like to explain to you how EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, works. Now, EFT is based on the discovery that imbalances in the body's energy system have profound effects on one's personal psychology. Correcting these imbalances, which is done by tapping on certain body locations, often leads to rapid remedies. On the surface, psychology seems to be very scientific. There are laboratories in nearly every major university in the world dedicated to research on psychological issues. Theories are put forward and rigorously tested. Controlled studies are done to assure that the findings are valid. These studies then form the basis of carloads of professional papers written by the most highly esteemed practitioners in their field. It all seems very impressive, and in many ways it is. All this research does uncover many valuable aspects to our thinking process and our behaviors. They are used effectively in sales and advertising and many other fields. But the vast majority of them do very little to give people rapid, long-lasting relief from their emotional problems. Some people undergo therapy for months or years for relief from their fears, anger, guilt, grief, depression, traumatic memories, etc., and make little or no headway. So they switch therapists in the hope that someone else has the answer. The results are often the same. They switch again, and again, and again. They spend money, they spend time. They go through emotionally painful sessions. But if anything positive happens for most of these people, it doesn't appear to be much. Now, our bodies have a profound electrical nature. Any beginning course in anatomy will cover this. Shuffle your feet across a carpet and then touch an item made of metal. Sometimes you can see the static electricity that is discharged from your fingertip. This wouldn't be possible unless your body had an electrical nature to it. If you touch a hot stove, you will feel the pain instantly, because it is electronically transmitted along the nerves to your brain. The pain travels at the speed of electricity, and that is why you feel the pain so quickly. Electrical messages are constantly sent throughout your body to keep it informed of what is going on. Without this energy flow, you would not be able to see, hear, feel, taste, or smell. Another obvious bit of evidence regarding the existence of electricity or energy in the body are the EEG and EKGs. The EEG records the electrical activity of the brain, and the EKG records the electrical activity of the heart. These devices have been used by medical science for decades, and are the ones you see in TV hospital dramas hooked up to dying patients. When the screen stops blipping, the patient is dead. As a further aid to your learning, it might help if you compare the energy flow in your body to that of a TV set. As long as the electricity flows through your TV normally, the sound and picture are both clear. But what would happen if you took off the back of the TV set and poked a screwdriver amongst all that electronic spaghetti? You would quite obviously disrupt or reroute the flow of electricity, and an electrical would occur inside. The picture and sound would become erratic. Let's talk about the discovery statement. What this suggests is the cause of all negative emotions is a disruption in the body's energy system. Let me say that again. The cause of all negative emotions is a disruption in the body's energy system. And the TV would exhibit its version of a negative emotion. In the same manner, when our energy systems become imbalanced, we have an electrical effect going on inside. Straighten out this by tapping, which is sometimes a skillful artistry, and the negative emotion goes away. It's that simple. Now, I'm aware of how strange this may sound, and how difficult it can be to believe, at least at first. I wouldn't have believed it myself if I hadn't seen so many marvelous changes in people after applying these techniques. So how is a negative emotion caused? A distressing memory causes a disruption in the body's energy system, which causes a negative emotion. Think about the 100% overall concept. To understand how this works, let's go back to our TV set analogy. Suppose your TV picture is fuzzy. There's a somewhere inside, and you want it repaired. Now suppose further that your TV repairman has no tools with which to diagnose the problem. He has no way of telling whether you need something major, like a new picture tube, or something minor, like a new capacitor. So how then does he repair your TV? Well, here's the answer. In order to fix your TV, he overhauls the whole thing, just as an auto mechanic might overhaul an entire engine. He replaces every electronic gizmo in sight: the picture tube, the resistors, all the wires, every capacitor, etc. Is he overdoing it a bit? Oh, of course. But the important question is he likely to fix the problem? Most definitely. In fact, since he is replacing everything, his odds approach 100%. Let's look at the basic recipe of EFT. The statement is made, in this case, the person has a headache. Whilst tapping through, they say to themselves, "Even though I have this headache, I deeply and completely accept myself." Their reminder phrase here, which can be shortened, would be headache as they tap through. Memorize this basic recipe. It's used the same in every illness or anxiety that you have. Aim it at any emotional or physical problem by customizing it with an appropriate setup affirmation and reminder phrase. Be specific where possible, and aim EFT at the specific emotional event in one's life that may underlie the problem. Where necessary, be persistent until all aspects of the problem have vanished. You can try it on anything. Now, why don't you watch this video to see the whole process, the very simple process of EFT in action.